How does a king fight a battle against his own son? In 2 Samuel 18, the rebellion that began in whispers ends in tragedy. David organized the troops who were with him, placing commanders over thousands and hundreds. He divided the army under Joab, Abishai the son of Zeruiah, and Ittai the Gittite. The king himself wanted to go into battle, but the men insisted he stay behind. "You are worth 10,000 of us," they said. So David stood by the city gate as the troops marched out. But before they left, he gave a command to Joab, Abishai, and Ittai. "Be gentle with the young man Absalom for my sake." All the troops heard the king give this order. The battle took place in the forest of Ephraim. There David's men defeated the forces of Israel. The forest claimed more lives that day than the sword. As Absalom rode his mule beneath the thick branches of a great oak, his head became caught in the tree. The mule kept going, leaving him hanging between heaven and earth. A soldier saw him and reported it to Joab. The man refused to strike Absalom, remembering the king's command. Joab took 3 javelins in his hand and thrust them into Absalom's heart while he was still alive in the tree. Joab's armor-bearers surrounded Absalom and finished him off. They took Absalom's body and threw it into a large pit in the forest, covering it with a heap of stones. Earlier, Absalom had erected a pillar in the king's valley because he had no son to carry on his name. He named it after himself. It was called Absalom's monument. Meanwhile, Ahimaaz and a Cushite raced to carry the news to David. The Cushite arrived first and told the king, "The Lord has delivered you from all who rose against you." David asked only one question: "Is the young man Absalom safe?" The Cushite replied, "May the enemies of my lord the king be like that young man." David understood. He went up to the chamber over the gate and wept. As he walked, he cried, "Oh, my son Absalom, my son Absalom, if only I had died instead of you." The victory was overshadowed by grief. The people returned to the city quietly as though ashamed. The rebellion had ended, but David's sorrow had only begun. Next comes 2 Samuel 19, where Joab confronts the grieving king and the divided nation begins the process of restoration.